Previously, a gamer is summoned into his own game as a demon lord, and he is not allowed to quit the game. Instead, he must travel the world and fight many demons and other enemies who constantly challenge him since he has a bounty on his head. Two S-rank adventurers, Mink and Organ, are discussing the recent events in a tavern, taking a look at the wanted poster that depicts Kunai with a massive bounty on his head. Mink seems excited at the idea to confront the demon lord, and together with Organ, they head out. Kunai and others are in a restaurant in the holy capital celebrating Aka's recovery from her foot injury. During their celebration, they are joined by a posh lady who everyone calls Madam. Her actual name is Shrimp-Free Butterfly, and she is the center figure of all the wives from nobility, making her one of the most influential people among the nobles. Kunai invites her to join their celebration, during which he discloses his plan to improve the situation in the kingdom to her. Kunai proceeds to smooth-talk Madam, telling her all the amazing aspects of a hot spring resort. It appears Madam is very excited about the idea and is looking forward to visit so she could try it out. At that point, the Satanists attack the city. Kunai heads out to face them, leaving you behind to watch over Akira and Luna. There is pure chaos on the city's streets, with cultists attacking and killing anyone they can find. Adventurers Yukikaze and Mikan happen to find themselves in the midst of that chaos. As things are looking grim for the two adventurers, Kunai arrives and defeats the cultists. The leader of that squad of cultists offers his remaining life force to summon a devil. The summoning is successful, and a devil named Carnival appears. Even though the devil's powers are way stronger than the cultists, he proves no match for Kunai. Yukikaze is convinced that their repeated meeting means that they are fated to be together, and falls even deeper in his delusion. Utopia, the founder of the Satanists, is upset at their failure in the city. He is sending Tron to deliver Hades to the remaining cultists that they still have attacking the holy castle. Back at the restaurant, a clown performer is entertaining the guests to distract them from the chaos outside. Or so it seems at a glance, but it turns out he is an assassin sent to kill Luna. Yu is able to sniff out the poison he carries on himself and intercepts him before he can make his move. She deals with him in a manner that does not arouse panic. The cultists at the castle do not have much luck with their assault, and after learning that the ones in the city failed, they decide to sacrifice all of their lives for a devil summoning. This time there is a lot more of them, and as they die, they summon a powerful devil, or Yuit, the Prince of Darkness. White has set up a magical barrier around the castle, while Queen and Mink are putting up a fight against Oryuit. He is clearly stronger than them, but the real problem starts when Tron arrives, releasing Hades upon them. Kunai is nearby, but as he spots the eldest holy maiden called White, he figures it might be difficult for him to deal with her personality, so instead he switches to Zero, making him deal with the problem. Just like last time, Hades seems to retreat from the ground where Zero is walking, and as he gets face to face with Oryuit, he tells him that he has the stench of a murderer. They fight, and Zero is overwhelmingly more powerful than Oryuit, explaining how he gets stronger the more lives his opponent has taken. Oryuit refuses to be defeated and instead charges for Tron. He pierces her chest in order to use her blood to heal himself. As her life is fading, she gets saved by Zero, who gives her a health recovery snack he had from his time in Infinity Game. He tells her that she is way too gloomy and should smile more, before shifting his attention back to Oryuit. Oryuit changes into his true form, but even in that form, he gets overwhelmed by Zero's raw power. Tron, Queen, and White are all amazed by Zero's performance. Before taking his leave, Zero comforts Tron, telling her how she appears a lot happier now than a few moments ago. After the Satanist attack has been resolved and the city is back in order, Kunai and White have a meeting. White does not believe that Luna is being friendly with him of her own free will, as she remembers her to be a selfish and stubborn individual. Once she inquires about his intentions within the kingdom, Kunai states that he will be happier to show her instead of telling her. This does not help to reassure White, and she is put even more off when he asks to learn more about the Seraph. Not wanting to anger him, White allows him access to the library so he can try and find what he is looking for from the books. After the meeting is over, Kunai is surprised how normal White was compared to the other two maidens, but even more than that, he is astounded by her beauty. Browsing the books from the library, Kunai is unable to learn anything useful in regards to Seraph, but he learns that dungeons have magical weapons and armor inside of them. Thinking how that might be a useful venue to explore in the future, he starts heading back to the inn room they rented out. On the way back, he is confronted by Tron, who recognizes him as Zero, even though she never saw Kunai before. She states that she has a special ability, allowing her to see the colors of people's souls. That is why she is certain that he is Zero. Tron is insisting to see Zero again, but Kunai does not want to switch with Zero right now, Instead, he promises to her that he will let her see Zero if she joins him and helps him out with his plans. Back in the inn room, he introduces Tron to Yu, Aku, and Luna, but Luna is outraged, stating how Tron has devil's blood in her. Kunai manages to convince her to accept Tron. Since Kunai's powers have grown even more after the last few victories, he is able to teleport around to all known locations, and so, all of them teleport back to Rabi. There, Kunai immediately uses his ability to construct a modern hospital and a hot spring resort. Once that is finished, he summons another helper, Asami, who comes from the same place as Yu. Relying on his genius to manage the resort and make it prosper, he proceeds to explain the entire situation to him. Asami seems relieved that this world is different from the one they are from, but is a bit unnerved to learn he will be working alongside Yu, who will be in charge of the modern hospital. Even so, he does not complain as he owes a huge debt to Kunai, who saved him and his sister from certain death a long time ago. Kunai organizes for outfits and food to be delivered to Rabi, while Asami spends his time teaching the bunnies how to operate, clean, and maintain the facilities in the resort. Momo and Kayon are trying out their new outfits, while Asami is explaining to them how to behave while wearing them. Even though they are embarrassed by the sexy design, they go along with it. Finally, Madame arrives at the resort, fulfilling her promise to come visit once it is ready. Accompanying her is an old veteran fighter named Commando Sambo, who has had his vision taken by a magical beast some years back. In order to demonstrate the capability of his medical facilities, Kunai insists on visiting Yu at the hospital to see if she can do something for his eyes. Once they meet with Yu, she is able to easily restore Sambo's vision to the way it was before. Sambo is so happy that he begins crying, and Madame decides to reward Yu with a holy lambda coin worth a fortune. Kunai wakes Luna from her nostalgic daydream by using his message ability and speaking directly to her mind, reminding her that Madame is on the way to her and she should be ready to lead her through the baths. Luna rushes to meet them at the entrance to the ladies' baths, where Kunai takes his leave, allowing Luna to take over. She gives Madame a very enthusiastic tour of all the different baths and services they offer in the resort. Madame is so enticed by everything the resort has to offer that she decides to take a long vacation at the resort. After hearing those news, White is frustrated by the fact that another important person has been lured in by Kunai. Deciding to vent her frustrations to Queen proves to be fruitless, as Queen cannot stop talking about her love for Zero, stating how Luna probably seduced Kunai and has everything under control. Yu and Asami have a short meeting where they discuss the development of the village. It is thanks to the Holy Lambda coin, which you earned, that they have enough funding for it. Hearing this makes Yu positively glow, knowing that she was of use to Kunai. Asami is praying that she remains love-struck, as her new cute personality is a lot better than the one he was used to. Kunai teleports to the Holy Capital in order to get more information from the Adventurers Guild. While on his way, he bumps into Mikan and Yukikaze. Yukikaze explains how the adventurers will not be able to tell him anything, but he is willing to if Kunai joins him for a drink. Kunai is completely unaware that Yukikaze is in fact a guy, instead thinking how strangely he acts for a girl. Once they enter the bar that Yukikaze and Mikan frequent, Kunai is quickly recognized by the owner and other patrons. Apparently, his exploits during the Satanist attack are well known around the city. Yukikaze and Mikan explain to Kunai how the Adventurers Guild functions and what kind of treasures one can find in dungeons. Learning of his plan to venture into those dungeons in the future, Yukikaze suggests the three of them should form a party and go together. Kunai considers his options and, realizing that would be for the best, decides to accept his proposal. White is determined to rescue Luna from Kunai, and in order to get to her quickly, she uses one of the miracles that the holy staff she wields allows her to do. Teleporting in a similar fashion as Kunai does, she finds herself in Rabi. White sees the village is going through a massive reconstruction and development phase. Asami confuses her for a worker and puts her to work. That is where she bumps into Luna. White tries to convince Luna to leave with her, but Luna is determined to revamp her territory, and before they can talk more, Tron shows up, taking Luna away to help with some work. Before leaving, Luna yells out to White to check out the baths. White realizes that Tron has devil blood within her, making her believe that Luna is completely under their control. Momo and Kayon show up to lead White to the baths, where they instruct her where to go. White is so caught up in her concerned thoughts that she does not realize that she walked into the men's baths. Her admiration for the many luxurious facilities inside the resort is cut short as she bumps into Kunai himself, while he is bathing in a hot spring-like bath. Kunai is confused as to why she showed up there, but decides to keep calm while she bombards him with accusations of bewitching Luna and Madame. He denies doing anything like that. telling her to try out the bath for herself if she has any doubts. White complies and is surprised to experience a very soothing sensation of the hot bath. Seeing how she is more approachable now, Kunai offers to share his drink with her, which she reluctantly accepts. White becomes flustered at them drinking from the same cup, and in order to calm her down, Kunai gives her a gift. The gift happens to be a halo, as he figured it would best suit her. White is confused as to why a demon lord would be able to give halos to people. After they are done bathing, Kunai uses his teleportation to bring White back to the holy castle. Her confusion grows as she believes that teleportation is one of the miracles granted by Seraph, since she can use it only thanks to the holy staff. She presses Kunai to tell her who he really is, and he reveals to her that he was summoned to this world by Often. White is shocked by that revelation, but it helps her understand why he can do the things he does. She finds herself developing feelings for Kunai as she believes him to be Lucifer, a fallen angel, deciding that she will be the one to revert him to the true angel he is supposed to be. Early in the next morning, Kunai begins his journey with Yukikaze and Mikan. Before leaving, he talks to Yu and Asami, leaving them in charge while he is gone, and telling them to make sure to keep the place safe from any and all enemies that might show up in his absence. Hey, thank you for staying all the way till the end. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. It takes only a second but means everything to us. Have a great day and see you in the next video.